just a quick intro. This is my colleague, Sudasin is her name. She's from Sri Lanka. And we are working together on the tea call. And we're just driving to another service user's house. We've completed the first one. Sue is the driver for today. So usually you have two carers if it's a double up round, and one is the driver, the other is a non-driver. I'm going to end for now so we can get ready for the next call. Yeah, so we just finished our second tea call. So usually you have 4 calls in a day. You have the morning call, which is the breakfast call. You have the lunch call, which is the lunch call where you give lunch. Then you have the tea and bed calls. So usually you have a different set of carers in the morning for morning and lunch, and it's a different set of carers for tea and bed. That's what we are doing. We are doing the tea and bed calls for this round. Yeah, so we just finished with someone, even though we finished 10 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago, we had to complete the time for the call, which was 30 minutes, right? We had to stay there until 30 minutes are up, because that is the company rule. So you have to log in on your phone on the app when you get there, and then you log out when the time is up, and the app won't let you log out until the time is up. So we had to sit down and just wait for the time to be completed. So what we do during the tea call is just basically to administer medication if they have change if required. We give them food. Usually there's a cup of tea, because this is England, they always drink tea. So we give them tea. But this woman we saw now, she doesn't have, we don't prepare her food. She lives with her sister-in-law who is squirrel. She lives with her sister-in-law who prepares her meal, so we don't have to prepare her meal, but we have to change her pad and if necessary give her medication. And then she also likes to call us very interesting names. Today, what did she call us? She called bastards. She called us bastards. She said I'm vile. She said you're vile. Vile you are. And she also said we should fuck off, right? Because we told her we are coming to put her in bed. She doesn't want to go to bed at the time we come to put her to bed. So she says, fuck off. And then we'll say to her, if we fuck off, who will change your pad? So we can't fuck off as much as we want to. Yeah, but she has some dementia, so we have to deal with some dementia patients. We have to deal with some Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, different situations that people are dealing with. We have to deal with them. Like Sue has someone she goes to that has very bad dementia. Doesn't even know where he is most of the time, and she's like
even not recognize the partner.
Doesn't recognize the partner. Terrible. Do they have kids? Oh, I thought you said they had 3 kids. Yeah. So yeah, you have to deal with all of that. So when she goes for those calls, she's just repeating the same thing over and over again. Time to go to bed, you have to go to bed. And the next minute he has forgotten. Look at those 2 cute girls. The next minute he has forgotten what you said, and he's asking you the same questions over and over again. So those are some of the things we have to deal with. Though everybody in care deals with those, like even the care homes, you have the people with dementia and all kinds of conditions. Alright, so we're going to our next call. This is the last call for the tea call. We have 3 calls in the bed call and 3 calls in the tea call, but Sue has more calls because she's a driver. So right now we don't have a lot of service users, because things change. People die, people go into hospital, and people leave the company. So right now we don't have a lot of service users for our round. So we're doing 2.5 hours rather than the 6 we spend about approximately 5 hours, right? We spend approximately 5 hours and we get paid for just half time, 2.5 hours. So if you're a driver, you can get like up to 30% of your fuel, your drive time, your fuel costs. But some companies do more than that, some companies do less. It all depends on the company you're working for. So right now we are on downtime, and so we have to have a compulsory break of about 2 hours. Okay, let me cut for here. My battery is running low.